guys, so I've decided to do another readathon 2 weeks after Tome Topple, and Tome Topple was exhausting, but I've decided to do Booktube A Thon as well. I don't know what's possessed me, but I'm gonna do it, and so I'm gonna make a TBR for it, and yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it before I can overthink this and decide that no, I'm not gonna do it and back out. So without further ado, here is my TBR for the Booktube A Thon and exactly what challenges I'm doing each book for. The first 2 books I'm going to show you aren't for a particular challenge. They're just 2 books that I want to read to make up the 7 challenges, basically. The first one being City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and yes, I have never in my life read a Mortal Instruments book. I mean it, never. I've never picked one up, I've never read any of them. The only thing I have done is watch the film, which probably hasn't given me that much of a good idea of what like the whole Mortal Instruments is all about, to be honest. I haven't even watched the TV show, so I know nothing practically apart from the fact that my best friend keeps on telling me to read this, and what better time to read it than during a readathon. I'm also going to be reading The Four Sisters, which is an all-new Wolverine Volume 1 comic. I've owned this one for a little while now, not as long as Shadowhunters at all, ever, but I've owned this for a few months now and I haven't read it yet. I loved X-23 in Logan and I want to see more of her, and also my fave Stephen Strange is in this story. Also, I've put a couple of comic books in this list simply because I feel like they're nice quick reads and it's going to be quicker to read those than physical large novels, so I'm more likely to hit 7 books. I'm not going to hit 7 books, but I'm more likely to get closer to it, if you know what I mean, and that's not cheating. Onto the challenges now. The first challenge is to toss a coin to decide your first read. Now, obviously, I've got 2 book options for this. One is Mask, the other one is Odd and True. Mask is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and Odd and True is about female monster hunters, if I remember rightly. I bought it back in September. I can't remember what it's about. I just remember Mask is about Beauty and the Beast. So I'm going to say heads, Beauty and the Beast, tails, Odd and True. This is my coin. It's a really terrible old penny, and I don't actually know how to do a coin toss, so this could go horrendously wrong. I just dropped that anyway off camera, so I'm just gonna... And it is actually tails, so I'm going to be reading Odd and True. That was a fail of a coin toss, but it said tails, so I'm going to go with Odd and True. The second challenge is to read a book about something you want to do, and I've chosen Skullduggery Pleasant Dark Days, but this book's all about bringing back Skullduggery Pleasant from the dead again, and also necromancy and things like that, and magic and learning magic and stuff, and basically I've always wanted to learn magic, and necromancy really interests me, and I want to bring Skullduggery back to life after the last one. And I've chosen this one simply because there's not anything else on these bookshelves with an activity that I want to do, so I'm going to say this. Don't think I'm weird, please. The next challenge is to then read a book and then watch its movie adaptation, and for this I've gone for Stephen King's The Dark Tower, Part 1, The Gunslinger, because this is the only one I've got. I could double this up, and I may double this up with City of Bones and then start the TV series, but to be honest, I've heard terrible things about that one, and I've heard terrible things about The Dark Tower, but I'm willing to give this one a go. I bought this while I was on holiday. It's nice and short, so it won't take me that long to get through, and quite frankly, short books are kind of my thing at the moment after Tome Topple, and I'm just really interested in this one, and I keep on seeing the DVD, which is over there behind the camera, and it keeps on calling to me, so I may as well read the book and watch the movie adaptation. The next challenge is to read a book with green on the cover. I can now use Skullduggery Pleasant Dark Days because I didn't actually realise that had green on it. This also has green on it, on the spine and there, so I could count that one as well, so I'm doubly covered, but I'm also triply covered because I also want to read Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, because I started Percy Jackson last month, I haven't continued it yet, and I just really want to, and obviously this cover is very green, so this definitely counts. The next challenge is to read a book while wearing the same hat, and I haven't decided which hat I'm going to wear. I've got several beanies, and quite frankly, England has been in a heat wave for a few weeks. I don't know what the weather's going to be like later on, so I've chosen a short book, which is Gwenpool, my other comic book. And this one is Gwenpool Volume 1, believe it. I've never read a comic book about Gwenpool before. I know nothing about her apart from the fact that she's a huge Marvel fangirl. Apart from that, I know nothing. Half the reason why I picked this up was interest. The other reason why I picked this up, because I don't know if you can see that, but that is Lady Thor on the back there. And I also know that Doctor Strange turns up in this comic as well. So I really want more Stephen Strange in my life, quite frankly. And I wanted to explore new characters in the comic book universe that I haven't seen before. So I thought Gwenpool would be a good start. Also, it's a nice, short, quick comic. So if I read a hat during this, I'm probably not going to end up with a migraine. And the last prompt is to read a book with a beautiful spine. And if you've been on this channel for more than 5 minutes, you know that I keep on banging on about one book with a beautiful cover that has a beautiful spine. The Beast's Heart. I mean, the front cover, gorgeous, but this spine is lovely and gorgeous as well. I love it, and I keep on saying I want to read this book really, really badly, so I'm putting this one on the list. I may get to this one, I may not, quite frankly, but I thought I'd put it on here because it's the most gorgeous spine on my bookshelves. I absolutely love it, and quite frankly, I just really want to read it. And quite frankly, I've wanted to read it since May. Readathons keep on getting in the way, so why not put it as part of my Readathon TBR and actually get it read, you know? So I've also added that one. And that is actually all of the books for the Readathon. I'm scared and excited and slightly knackered because I'm filming this on the day Tome Topple finishes, so I'm a bit worried. I currently don't actually know if I'm going to be doing the video and Instagram prompts. I'm going to see on the day and see how knackered I am and how much time I've got and see how many books I've actually managed to get read. But at the moment I am planning on doing a few of those, so if you want to see any of those, I will leave a link down below to all of my social media so you can check any of those out at the time. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and also comment down below if you're taking part in Booktube A Thon, and if you want to see any of those prompt videos that I do or any other video that I do, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time guys, bye!